surprised at all. It's who he is. It's who he is. I've always thought that he's a horrible person, and this is every bit of proof.
Yep. To help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually.
In a shocking turn of events, Floyd Mayweather was seen tearing up during a live broadcast after longtime associate Leonard Ellerbe allegedly leaked documents suggesting the undefeated champion is facing bankruptcy.
And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire for shit money.
The emotional moment left fans stunned as Mayweather, known for his lavish lifestyle and money persona, has always portrayed an image of untouchable wealth and financial dominance. The leaked evidence, if true, could mark a major turning point in the public's perception of the former champ and raise serious questions about the real cost of living the high life.
Like some confusion, is Tank a Mayweather Promotions fighter still? Is he not? What is his his involvement with Mayweather Promotions, or is it just all still PBC, Al Heyman?
Yeah, Tank is not signed to Mayweather Promotions.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's not signed to Mayweather Promotions. His contract ran out, and that's fine.
Still
But as I always say, contracts don't define relationships.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not just another boxer. He is arguably the greatest defensive fighter of all time and one of the sport's most successful businessmen. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned pro in 1996 and carved out a career that would be the envy of any athlete. Known for his speed, intelligence, and masterful defense, he retired with a perfect 5-0-0 record. However, what truly set Mayweather apart was his ability to monetize his brand. Through savvy promotions, especially via his company Mayweather Promotions and headline-grabbing bouts against Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, Mayweather earned over $1 billion in career earnings. He flaunted his wealth unapologetically, coining the nickname Money Mayweather and turning it into a global brand. With private jets, diamond-encrusted watches, and million-dollar shopping sprees, Floyd became a living symbol of luxury and success. But as with many stories of immense wealth, there is often a darker side hidden behind the glittering facade.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
How much is it?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high.
Ooh.
18 life.
That happy birthday, champ.
That's how we doing.
That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he's saying.
Money green.
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. 101 piece.
One of one.
Money team. Can we see it on him? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
Mayweather Promotions, founded by the legendary Floyd Mayweather Jr., quickly rose to become a dominant force in the world of boxing. With Mayweather's unmatched ring success and global fame providing the foundation, the company carved out a unique identity focused on fighter empowerment and big money bouts. Leonard Ellerbe, as the former CEO, played a crucial role in guiding the brand to new heights. Under his leadership, Mayweather Promotions was instrumental in organizing some of the most iconic and lucrative fights in boxing history. One of the most notable achievements was the historic Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao bout, which shattered pay-per-view records and generated massive revenue. Following that, the crossover mega fight between Mayweather and UFC star Conor McGregor further cemented the company's status as a promotional powerhouse, pulling in enormous PPV buys. These events not only brought in staggering profits, but also drew worldwide attention, solidifying the Mayweather brand as synonymous with spectacle and success.
17-0 in 12-round fights.
Like he tried to get Pacquiao out of here.
Exactly. Never entered the ring. He didn't get off to his fastest start.
One time to the fight, one time he gets ready.
Gets him into the corner.
Less. Using the jab as a not more than a rangefinder because it landed to land at the ropes. He wheels off those.
Floyd Mayweather sense in his mind that he wants to do, he can do.
Mayweather, because they felt that he was the obstacle to getting the fight made.
If he couldn't fight as he did against Margarito, much slower.
He came in not really as up on point like Floyd was, and he got way different
ring without the tactical ammunition to open up. And in Grand Rapids, Las Vegas.
Leonard Ellerby's tenure as CEO of Mayweather Promotions was defined by sharp business acumen, strategic vision, and a deep understanding of the fight game. Under his leadership, the company not only thrived financially, but also became a breeding ground for boxing's next generation of stars. One of his most notable success stories was Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Discovered and nurtured by the Mayweather-Ellerby team, Davis evolved from a promising young prospect into a global pay-per-view attraction. His thrilling knockouts, magnetic personality, and undefeated record turned him into a household name, and much of that success was credited to Ellerby's hands-on guidance and promotion.
That I was running at 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll picture him bad.
However, when Leonard Ellerby officially stepped away from Mayweather Promotions, it sent ripples throughout the boxing world. Gervonta Davis, who had already been expressing frustration over his promotional direction, did not hold back. In interviews and social media posts, Davis made it clear that he felt misled and underappreciated during his time with the company. He suggested that both Ellerby and Mayweather were more focused on business optics than fighter development toward the end. The split highlighted tensions within the once unbreakable Mayweather Promotions team, signaling that even the most successful partnerships in boxing can face turmoil behind the scenes.
Welcome to Jam's Boxing Chat. This is just a quick one that the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerby, has left his role with immediate effect. He's been replaced by Richard Schaefer. God knows what's going on in the Mayweather camp, but I'm sure we'll find.
Amid the staggering multi-million scam allegations, fresh reports are surfacing suggesting that Floyd Mayweather may, in fact, be bankrupt. This revelation adds even more fire to the already explosive controversy. The whispers of financial collapse are no longer just rumors, but are being echoed by figures within the combat sports world. One of the most eye-opening claims came from a former UFC fighter and current analyst who has never been shy about speaking his mind. He dropped a bombshell when he alleged that the highly publicized Mayweather versus McGregor super fight, widely regarded as one of the most lucrative events in sports history, might not have been as successful as advertised. According to him, the massive spectacle was bolstered by smoke and mirrors. He claimed that many of the empty seats in the arena were quietly filled with people dressed as audience members, an elaborate ruse designed to make the venue appear sold out. He did not mince words, calling out the illusion created by Mayweather's PR machine.
Such two big draws, they promoted so
it's
well.
All anybody was talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number. Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems seems
peculiar.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is...
Downfall of Floyd Mayweather seemingly began to unravel when Leonard Ellerbe, his longtime friend, advisor, and former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, officially resigned. Ellerbe was not just a business partner. He was the architect behind many of Mayweather's most profitable moves outside the ring. For years, he handled negotiations, oversaw event promotions, and helped maintain the pristine image of the Money brand. His presence allowed Mayweather to focus on boxing while still capitalizing on every dollar his name could generate. Ellerbe's departure marked more than just a business split. It was the start of a slow collapse of the empire they built together. Without his strategic leadership and insider knowledge of the fight industry, cracks began to appear in Mayweather's operations. Promotions lacked the same energy. New fighters began distancing themselves from the brand, and whispers of financial mismanagement started to surface. Internally, sources claimed that Floyd struggled to keep up with the logistics and decision-making once handled by Ellerbe. With no trusted right-hand man to guide him, Mayweather's empire began to lose direction.
First hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel. And he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was. For real? That's what I was told.
Whispers in boxing circles began to grow louder as murmurs of internal conflict at Mayweather Promotions turned into full-blown speculation. Behind the glitz and glamour, sources close to the situation hinted that Leonard Ellerbe had not stepped down willingly but had been quietly ousted. While no official statements confirmed this theory, the silence from Floyd Mayweather himself only added fuel to the fire. For someone known for his flamboyant persona and tendency to control the narrative, Floyd's decision to remain tight-lipped was unusual, raising eyebrows across the industry.
Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
Is what was told at the time. So when Leonard Ellerbe stepped down from his role as CEO of Mayweather Promotions, the company needed someone with both experience and vision to maintain its prominence in the boxing world. Richard Schaefer, former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, was the strongest candidate for the position. Schaefer's appointment was seen as a strategic move due to his vast experience and success in promoting high-profile fights, including the iconic Mayweather versus De La Hoya bout. Schaefer's deep industry connections and sharp negotiating skills made him a natural fit to steer Mayweather Promotions through its uncertain future. However, despite his credentials, Schaefer faced a daunting challenge. Ellerbe had been more than just a businessman to Floyd Mayweather. He was a trusted partner who helped shape Mayweather Promotions into a global powerhouse. Ellerby's departure appeared to align closely with the escalating feud between Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Once considered the heir to Mayweather's throne, Davis had grown increasingly vocal about his dissatisfaction with the way he was being promoted. He took to social media multiple times to air his grievances, targeting both the company and Mayweather directly. Some insiders believe Davis's rising influence may have driven a wedge between Ellerby and Floyd. Ellerby, who played a major role in developing Tank's career, may have found himself caught in the crossfire, forced to choose sides in a power struggle between the protege and the mentor. Ultimately, this tension may have contributed to the unraveling of the once powerful alliance at the heart of Mayweather Promotions.
Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Floyd Mayweather experiences clashes with Gervonta Davis both inside and outside the boxing ring. Their conflict becomes public, with Mayweather expressing frustration regarding Davis's behavior and level of commitment. In a social media post, Davis openly calls Mayweather a derogatory name, which he deletes afterward. Leonard Ellerbe remains steady in his support for the young fighter. He believes in Davis's potential and sees him as the future representative of the sport. Before Mayweather becomes the larger-than-life persona known as Money Mayweather, his financial difficulties exist beneath the surface. There are signs that his financial situation is not as solid as it appears. Reports indicate that Mayweather faces a serious threat of incarceration due to unpaid taxes. This is a surprising development for someone who frequently boasts about being the highest-paid athlete in the world. In an attempt to avoid prison, he reportedly borrows $2 million merely to cover a portion of his debt to the Internal Revenue Service. This action does not reflect a financial mastermind. Instead, it reflects the behavior of someone scrambling to maintain an image while barely staying financially afloat. Mayweather's outstanding tax bill reaches a staggering $22.2 million. That figure alone paints a grim picture of someone whose spending may have far exceeded his earnings, or at the very least, his financial planning. For a man who claims to sleep on piles of currency and flaunts millions of dollars in jewelry, that amount of debt raises more than a few eyebrows. It reveals a truth that fans are reluctant to accept. Perhaps the empire Mayweather builds is not as indestructible as it looks, and the Money nickname might be more illusion than reality.
Now this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers vs. Mavericks game, but before Money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. I don't want to show my face, but Floyd just gave us $30,000, Reynolds, one of the men, said after receiving the gift.
Mayweather faces multiple allegations of scams that threaten to dismantle whatever remains of his once glorious empire. At the center of these controversies is a staggering $42 million property scam that shakes the boxing and business communities alike. According to reports, Mayweather is allegedly involved in a fraudulent real estate investment scheme in which investors are promised massive returns on luxury developments that either never exist or fail to materialize. The alleged scam involves misleading investors into pouring millions of dollars into properties supposedly backed or promoted by Mayweather's name and brand. Victims claim they are shown fabricated documents, doctored financial projections, and even fake blueprints, all designed to create the illusion of legitimacy. Mayweather's public association with the project helps lure in high-profile investors, many of whom later feel betrayed. Reports surface that Mayweather has made generous donations to homeless shelters in a major city. Many initially praised the gesture, seeing it as a rare instance of him giving back to the community. However, the admiration is short-lived. Mayweather posts a series of social media photographs showing himself enjoying a luxurious lifestyle in a foreign city at the exact same period the donations are supposedly made. The contradiction between his social media presence and the donation timeline raises suspicions. This could be an attempt to repair his tarnished image amid growing financial scandals. If so, the attempt fails spectacularly, casting doubt on his sincerity and further eroding his credibility. The situation takes an even darker turn when Gervonta Davis, once a student and protege of Mayweather, makes a shocking claim. According to Davis, Mayweather is not traveling the world as he has led the public to believe, but is instead allegedly held against his will in a foreign country due to unpaid debts. The debts are reportedly linked to luxury jewelry and items he has failed to pay for. Davis's bold accusation sends shock waves through the boxing world, amplifying the mounting doubts surrounding Mayweather's financial stability and integrity. What begins as a small controversy quickly grows into a full scandal.
Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo going back and forth. I know you kind of told Oscar off yourself in the last press conference. You was in with him.
I don't really, I was obviously here. Oscar's just being Oscar. But Canelo has a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. I do know that. And Pandora's box is probably opened up.
Right.
It's probably anything goes now.
Right. Yeah, I was reading the translation of what he said. I was like, oh, he said all of that. I was shocked.
Yeah.
So my final question to you is, I was talking to some other people in the media. Who do you think will win in their prime at maybe middleweight? Canelo versus Oscar De La Hoya?
A lot of people have asked me that. I'm not a fan.
Leonard Ellerbe plays a pivotal role in shaping Mayweather Promotions into a powerful entity in the boxing industry as chief executive officer. He not only promotes some of the most iconic fights in history, including the record-breaking Mayweather versus Pacquiao showdown, but he is also instrumental in the development of fighters like Gervonta Davis. Under Ellerbe's leadership, Davis transforms from a promising talent into a pay-per-view sensation, solidifying his position as one of the sport's brightest stars. Ellerbe's guidance, coupled with his keen understanding of the business, allows Mayweather Promotions to dominate the boxing scene for years. When Ellerbe makes the decision to step down, Mayweather Promotions expresses heartfelt gratitude for his exceptional contributions. In a statement, they acknowledge his decision to leave the company to spend more time with his family and loved ones. However, during a candid interview, Ellerbe voices his concerns regarding Floyd Mayweather's legacy. He notes that while Mayweather's career is already legendary, any unexpected event or misstep could damage the reputation he has worked so hard to build. Ellerbe expresses worry that without the right leadership and direction, Mayweather could end up becoming a laughingstock, tarnishing his status in the boxing world permanently. All right, everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Knockout today and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.